Good morning. Today we are going to start with our first lesson, which is statistical vocabulary distribution and indicators. Before starting with our lesson, you have to know that statistics is very important in our daily life. It's used in medicine, in finance, and in organizing. Do you know that governments regularly collects data on employment, earning, population, tourism, trade and retail prices, and also complains the national accounts. So statistics is very important in our daily life. I am going to start explaining the lesson by a small activity. In this activity we have a table which lists the types of phones used by the students of grade 10 in HNC school. As you notice, the table is made up of two rows. In the first row we have the type of phone used, which may be iPhone, Huawei, Samsung or Sony. In the second row we have the number of students. So here we have 3 students using iPhone, 8 students using Huawei, 5 students using Samsung, and 1 student using Sony. Let us start with the questions. Question number 1. From which set the above information have been collected? In other words, from where did I get my information? Of course, the answer is from the students of grade 10 in HNC school. This set, in statistics, we call it population. So the population is the set from which I have collected my information. Each element of this population is called an individual or statistical unit. So the students of grade 10 are the population. One student is the individual or the statistical unit. Question number 2. What was the outcome of each individual of this set? In other words, what was the answer of each student? The answer of each student was the type of his or her phone. Thus, the outcome is the type of the phone. The outcome in statistics, we call it the variable. And as you notice here, that the values of the variable, which are iPhone, Huawei, Samsung, and Sony, are characters. For this, we call this variable qualitative variable. In order to make a statistical study, we have first to determine the set from which we will collect our information. This set is the population. Each element or item or person from the set is called an individual. The outcome or the information given by each individual is the variable. This variable can be quantitative or qualitative variable. For example, if we are making a study on the number of books read by students, so the outcome or the information that will be given by each student is the number of books. So here the variable is quantitative. But if we are making a study on the color of hair of the students, so the outcomes or the information given will be the color of hair, which may be brown, black, yellow, etc. So here the outcome is equality. So the variable is a qualitative variable. Quantitative variable may be discrete or continuous. Discrete if its values are isolated numbers. Let's take an example. If we are making a study on the number of hours spent by a student using his or her phone, so here the outcomes will be 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. For this, it is a discrete quantitative variable. The numbers are isolated. But if we are making a study in a hospital about the weight of a newborn baby, so the answers may be 2.5 kilograms, 2.1 kilograms, 3 kilograms, 3.1 kilograms. So here we have many numbers. For this, we put these numbers in an interval. We say that between the mass between 2 and 3, we have 4 babies or 5 babies. For this, we call it continuous variable. So the population is the set of units, they may be people, objects, etc., that we are interested in studying. Note, each element of this set is called the individual population unit or single item or statistical unit. The total number of items is called the size of the population denoted by n. The variable is a characteristic or property for an individual population unit. It's denoted by xi. So the variable, we denote it by xi. Let us try to solve these two examples. Example 1. An inquiry has been made in order to know the number of hours the students of grade 10 in HNC school spend using their phones per day. The data obtained is represented in the following table. We have in the table the number of hours and the number of students. So we have 2 students spend 1 hour, 4 students spend 2 hours, 5 students spend 3 hours, and 6 students spend 4 hours. Question number 1. Determine the population and the individual of the statistical data. Here, the population is the set from which I have collected my information. So the answer will be the population is the students of grade 10 in HNC school. The individual is only one item, or one object, or one person. So the individual is one student of grade 10 in HNC school. Question number 2. Determine the variable and its type. So as we said, the variable is the outcome given by each student or the answer given by each student. Here, the answer given by each student is the number of hours he or she spent using her or his phone. So the answer will be the variable is the number of hours. The type here of the variable is quantitative variable, since the values of the variable are 1, 2, 3, and 4. So they are numbers. For this, its type is quantitative variable. Example 2. In a village, we measure the habitable area in meters square of all homes. The results are presented in the table below. In the table, we have the variable and the number of homes. Question number 1. Determine the population and the individual of the above data. The population is the set from which I have collected my information. So here in this example, I have collected my information from the homes of a village. So the population is the homes of a village. The individual is one home. Question number 2. Determine the variable and its type. The variable is the outcome of each individual. So it's the outcome of each house or home. Here in this example, the outcome of each house is its area. So the variable is the area of the house. Its type is quantitative variable because its values are numbers, which are 40, 48, 60, 72, 84, 100, and 120. For here, we reach the end of our session for today. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.